Hey everyone, and thank you so much for joining us for another family fun night. We have been producing these videos just as a way to give you guys some ideas while you're in the midst of quarantine, just some fun activities that you can do together as a family. Tonight will actually be our last episode of Family Fun Night, giving these games out. We will continue producing our videos for Saturday for kids, but this will be the last Family Fun Night video that we make. So with that, let's get started. Tonight, we are going to be using cups. Now, there's several different games that you can play with these cups, and I'm just going to go over a couple of these, but you can always do a Google search, Minute to Win It, Red Solo Cup games, anything like that. That is a great way for you to find more. These are fairly inexpensive to buy. You can buy a couple of sleeves for probably less than $5, and that will give you everything you need to play these games that are listed here. Let's get started. The first game is a challenge between two players. And what you're going to do is have the same amount of cups for each player. Whether it's 10, 12, doesn't really matter. Again, feel free to modify if you have younger kids. Obviously, the more cups you have, the more difficult it'll be. But you'll also have one cup that is either a different color, or if you don't have a different color, you can just use one cup and go ahead and use a marker or something to mark it. What you're going to do is you're going to take your one cup that's different than all the others, and you're going to start it at the bottom of the sleeve. And for this, you can do it as a timed event, but if you have smaller kids, it might be easier to just play and see who comes in first. So you'll have one player here with a stack like so, odd cup on the bottom, and you'll have a second player who will have a stack like so, odd cup on the bottom. And all they're going to try and do is rotate the cups from top to bottom all the way until that other cup, notice how it's moving up, and I'm going to skip cups. That's not part of the rules, but I'm going to skip cups for sake of illustration here until you've filtered all of the cups through, and that last cup is here, and you end it right back on the bottom. And whoever is the first player to go through all of the cups individually and get their off-colored cup back on the bottom, or the cup that you have marked with a Sharpie or drawn a smiley face on, whatever, that's the winner of the game. Number two. Now, this is one that's fun for a lot of kids, especially the younger they are, and all that is you're going to have your stack of cups. You want the same amount of cups, preferably an odd number in each stack, and all they're going to do is build a tower. When you say go, or you set a timer, whatever, however it is you want to play, and they're just going to build a tower, laying the cups side by side, stacking them up, and you're going to see which player can unstack their cups and build a tower the fastest. Okay? Now here's the part. Once they get their tower built and they have one cup on top, then the object is to not only build up the tower, but to take it back down the fastest. So this is a two-part process. You can, if you want, say, hey, who can set theirs up the fastest, and that's round one, and then say who can tear theirs down the fastest, that's round two. Or if you have older kids, you can tell them they have to build up the tower and tear it back down all in one round. So stacking cups, that's another great game. That's number two. All right, next, another game, and this is an easy one. You see it at carnivals and fairs, and that is you're just going to have a pyramid of cups, and you're going to throw an object at it. You can use a ping pong ball. You can use a stuffed ball. If you say, hey, I don't have anything to throw, just find a pair of socks, preferably clean, and then just ball the socks up, or kind of ball them in together and then throw them at it and see either one, who can knock down the most cups, or if you have older kids, you can try and say, hey, let's try and knock the top one off first, and kind of use it as target practice. But this is a fun one. You can tear them down, set them back up, and just throw stuff at it to try and knock the cups down and see who can knock down the most cups. It's another fun game, quick, simple, and easy to play. All right, another game you can do, if you grew up watching Bozo and the Grand Prize game, this is just a variation of that. You can set up cups and have someone stand, set them up on the ground, have someone stand 5-6 feet away from it. You can use a ping pong ball. You can use the ball of socks I mentioned before, or if you have another small something that you can throw, and the whole object is for them to stand on 5 or 6 feet away and just try and throw the ball better than that into the cup. If you want, you can assign a point value for each cup and say, hey, everybody gets 3 tries, and then add up the points at the end of 3 tries and see who got the most points. Tons of variations on this one, just like the grand prize game. If you got some candy, stick it in there, and if they get it in this one, there's a piece of candy in there, hey, you get a piece of candy. Whatever you can do to sweeten the pot to just make it fun. Another thing you can do is you can just line your cups up. Now this is one that's probably going to be for older kids. You can have them blow up a balloon, in which they have to release the air from the balloon and try and knock the cups off the table. That's going to be for older kids who can blow up a balloon independently. Probably more if you're, probably 10 or older. Younger kids may have a hard time facilitating that, but the whole idea, if you have a Nerf gun, you can use that and use them as target practice and see who can shoot the most off. That's actually a whole lot of fun in and of itself. Another simple thing you can do with the cups is one person hold on their head, very similar to what we saw before. We've played a game similar to this in the weeks past. Have one person hold the cup onto their head, another person on the other side of the room. Again, throwing that ball of socks, throwing ping pong balls, whatever you have, and you try and catch the most in 30 seconds. So, when it's all said and done, the cup serves its greatest purpose when you can take some liquid, pour it in it, and refresh yourself after family fun night. We hope you guys have enjoyed these videos. Again, this is our last one for the series. Stay tuned for Saturday. We will be releasing more Kidmin videos. Thank you guys. I love you and hope you have a great night.